Nifty Strategy, and how are you positioning yourself on the index at 5,600?
Well, we think that for the time being, the main issue in India will still remain the currency, and one has to make a strong view and a strong conviction on where this currency is going before implementing its strategy in India. The main worry is that, of course, the currency has been stabilizing for quite a while. Whether it's going to stay where it is, around 60, 61 versus the US dollar, or if it will depreciate further. Now, the situation is not exactly clear. I mean, inflation is still relatively high. One big concern we're having right now is that the RBI, the central bank in India, seems to be willing actually to chase several different objectives all at the same time, meaning supporting the growth, trying to control the inflation, and then defending the currency. And we know historically that to chase actually different and various objectives most of the time doesn't work. So there's a bit of uncertainty there. There's this uncertainty about the currency and the current account. So for now, we still recommend to stick with export names, which are actually benefiting from that lower currency. But we know that at some point there will be a big shift, a big arbitrage to be done away from those export names, which are not cheap anymore, into more domestic-driven stocks. But it's probably too early at this stage, and it's probably a case that we will discuss in 3 to 6 months' time.
Which stocks have you downgraded after the Q1 earnings?
Well, we've been forced to revise down further our numbers on the capital goods overall, and we had also to downgrade numbers on some consumer names like Jubilant, for instance. This is something which is a reflection of the situation of the decelerating growth in India right now.
And which stocks have you upgraded?
Well, we've been upgrading numbers that we already upgraded a quarter ago, mostly in the IT space, where the numbers continue to be stronger than expected, and in some specific consumer names like ITC.
What are your top 3 stock ideas in India?
Well, we continue to like Apollo Hospital in the healthcare space. We're still positive on Jubilant, although the growth is decelerating, but this is really a long-term holding in our portfolio. And we are also positive on Page Industry.
And finally, what are your views on Chinese earnings so far? Any top picks?
Well, we think that Lenovo is still very interesting at this level of price. But if you talk about earnings momentum, we feel like the cyclical names in China are the one offering the best opportunity into the second half. And here we're talking about cement, we're talking about heavy equipment stocks, which have been massively downgraded, derated, and now are starting actually to see some stability. And if the outlook in China is slightly improving in the coming quarters, then those companies will be able to generate numbers that surprise on the upside. And the earnings momentum is key when trading in China.